go. Hey, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is that time. Find my music here. Here we go. Let's lower that. All right. Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Sean Murphy. I'm your international speaker and trainer. Let me take that cover off there. Your international speaker and trainer. I've stood on stage in 30 plus countries. I've been translated into over 40 different languages. Good morning. And all of that to say, you know what? I'm just a farm boy from Ohio who's worked harder on myself than I have on my income. The conversation we're going to have today, episode 1364, I finally got the numbers right. We're going to talk about how leaders create money. Yesterday, for those of you on Instagram, you can either go back and watch the recording, or you can go to the link in the bio and you can go to the YouTube page, and you can learn about how leaders leave a room. What's the energy that you leave in the room? Kind of an odd question, isn't it? Steve Jobs said that your brand, your reputation is what people say about you when you leave the room. So today we're going to have a conversation about how do leaders create money? Well, here's how you create money. It's called your money story. What is your money story? And here's the challenge. It's not what you think money is. It's not what you think money is. It's what your parents told you money was. See, it's what other people have told you money was. It's what your significant other tells you money is. We don't have it. We got to, you know how hard I work? Drop an H in the chat if you've ever had a significant other say to you, do you know how hard I work for that money? Drop an H in the chat. Drop an S in the chat if you ever heard, do you know how scarce money is? How about this? You ready for this? How about this one? Drop an F if it's about the future. Do you know how the economy's getting bad and we're not going to have any money? We're going to have to save money. Do you see how it's not your story? See, you're trying to build a business. You're wanting to build a business. You're wanting to lead people. You're in the most powerful profession on the planet. Listen carefully. You're in the most powerful profession, the most powerful market segment of the world. You are in sales. Myron Goldman talks about the 4 ways that we create income. There's only 4 ways to create income. Funny how Hippocrates also said there's only 4 kinds of people who get sick, or 4 kinds of people who stay healthy. It's just the 4 quadrants, right? The disc, there's 4 people. The birds, how many different kinds of birds or animals, or what kind of sea animal you are, or whatever, what kind of farm animal are, I don't know, but there's always 4. So Myron Golden said there's 4 ways to create income, and listen carefully, here they are. The first one is manipulation, meaning you put your hands in, you get your hands dirty, you're digging ditches, you're doing the stuff, listen, I've done the manipulation side of it, right? Trading time for money. How many of you have ever traded time for money? It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. There's a lot of people right now, people are looking for people to go to work, and a lot of people aren't wanting to work because they have a dream and their dream is bigger than their pain of the work. Well, we'll talk about that at another one. Today, the conversation is how do you create your money? How do leaders create money? And so here's the money story. If you believe that your hands are valuable and that you have to bust your back and bust your hump to go get this done, then you are going to be in the manipulation. And sometimes, how many of you have ever been in a management position? Drop an M in the chat if you've ever been in a management position. Management means you control the manipulators. I've been in management position. I had 70 salespeople in my businesses. I actually owned the company as well, but I had to manage 70 salespeople. I had to manage 60 employees at our restaurant. Yes, I owned a 4-star steakhouse. So here's the question I ask you. Let me ask you this. Anybody want to know how to make $500,000 their first year in the restaurant business? I'll give you a guaranteed 100% foolproof. Guaranteed. You can take it to the bank. The best, quickest way to make $500,000 in your restaurant your first year is start off with $1 million. Only those in restaurant will get that. So here's the thing. So now you go into management. Now you're into management. Now I'm managing the manipulators. Well, what does it take to be a good manager? What does it take to be a good manager of those who are working hard and are kind of maybe possibly there's a slight chance they're a little frustrated with their job? is you have to elevate. Good managers use the next level of the way to create income to build their community. And that's called communication. They're not getting paid to communicate. They're learning how to communicate better with their teams so that they can be a better manager of the manipulators. Follow me on this. This is powerful. If you get this, you'll understand how leaders create money. It's our money story. So now you're a manager. A manager could make, I don't know, 200,000. Good managers, big companies. But you haven't even cracked the income code. You haven't even cracked the financial freedom. You haven't even cracked your money story. Follow me on this. Follow me on this. I'm seeing a lot of text from this. There's Luis. Okay. Hey, Luis, how are you, brother? So now we got manipulators doing the work. There's a certain, do you think manipulators, people who do the work, have a certain money story? Not that their money story can't get better. Follow me on this. Not that their money story can't get better, but they're always saying, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that. Nobody wants down when you're the manipulator. There's not much down you can go. You're already at the lowest level. Manipulators can make 80 grand, 90 grand. Most are in the 30 to 40. If it's a part-time gig, right? Driving Uber, manipulator. You got to show up, trade time for money. I get it. Nothing wrong with that. I drove Uber. If I had some time, I'd do it out here because there are no Ubers out here. I don't know that people in this rural area would be too excited about an Uber, but hey, you never know. So I'll try it out. Maybe next year I'll do it for a little bit, see what happens. So here's the thing. So then from DoorDash and Uber and working hard, you get to become in management. Now you manage the motivators. If you come into management with a pissed off motivator story, manipulator story, you're going to have a tough time in management. See, that's your money story. Then let's elevate. These are the two that we're in this profession. This is why people who knock this profession, I can promise you, they're manipulators or they're managers. Ooh, listen, you can't use that against them. They don't have a money story of the next two. The next two are communication. Communication's what? Actors, actresses, authors. John Grisham, all of these authors. Look at Rhonda Bryan. The Secret, author, movie maker, communicator. But what did she really get paid for? Pay attention. What did she really get paid for? She got paid for the fourth way, the most elevated way you can create income. Anybody want to guess what that is? Imagination. So you got manipulation, you got coordination, you got conversation, and then you have imagination. See, we're in the last two. The reason that some of you are sucking in your business, and I'm not saying you're bad, you're just doing the first two. You're either doing it for them, you're manipulating, or you're managing them. They call you every day and say, what do I do in my business? What do I do in my business? I can't prospect anybody. I don't know how to do this. So you go do it with them. You're in the management role. You're going to get paid what a manager can. Now, if you become a good manager in network marketing, you can make 40, 50 grand a year, but that's not what you signed up for. You want to make 40, 50 grand every 3 months. Then you have to elevate your money story. And the way you elevate your money story is you have a new conversation about your money story. Your money story is based upon what you were born with, what you were told. Listen carefully. This one's going to hurt. You ready? Lean in. I don't want to say it loud because other people in the room might hear me. Your money story was taught to you. Poverty is taught. Richness is taught. Wealth is taught. Poverty is taught. Freedom is taught. Poverty is taught. Carefreeness is taught. Being strapped and struggling is taught. So you were taught your current money story because you have a dream that's bigger than your money story. Drop a D in the chat if your dream for your money is bigger than this current story you have, than the current reality you have. Drop a D in the chat. So if you have a bigger dream than your current story, you need what's called a rewire on your money story. And the DIY method, the do-it-yourself method, does not work. You are proving it right now. You are struggling, you are working, you are doing the work, you're doing your posts, you're doing your TikToks, you're shaking your tail feather, you're showing up, you're doing the work, you're following up, you're making the calls, you're going for no, you're doing all of these things, and your money story is giving you the current financial reality you have, which sucks compared to your dream. Drop an S if your current money story sucks compared to your dreams. Let's get real here. Good morning, Fee. I love you. I love how you play with me. Drop a D in the chat. Drop an S in the chat if your current money story sucks compared to your dream. Now, if you're going to get real, now you have a reality. Now you have a reality check. Follow me on this. If your current money story sucks compared to your dream, you have to do something different. And doing it yourself is not going to work. You proved it right now. Your current money story, because you've had your dream more than today. Yes? Yes. So I'm going to encourage you, if you could spend $5,000 and have that money story change so you could be living your $10,000 a month money story, would you do it? If you knew guaranteed you could spend $5,000, you'd beg, borrow, and steal so that in the next 90 days you could be at $10,000 a month, wouldn't you? But see, you don't believe in yourself. Yeah, I'm telling you, I can do it. I've done it hundreds of times. If you spent $5,000, you go, Sean, I'm in. All right, fix me. Let my dream be the story I tell now. Most of you won't have the chutzpah, the cojones to step up to the plate. You're either going to cut your teeth or cut a check. That's the only way you're getting out of this pain. Because see, your dream is bigger than your current money story, but you're going to go back to your money story and you're going to go back to your job and you're going to say, see, well, I need a better job. No, you need to learn the top two, communication or imagination. The challenge is when you're stuck in a hole and you got the world bearing down on you and you got bills that you got to pay. And here comes the holiday season and my kids, oh my God, I got to get stuff for my kids and I got to go to my in-laws that I don't like. And I got to go to my parents and I got to travel. We can't fly. We can't drive. Oh my God. Now I feel terrible. I feel like a loser of a son or a daughter and I can't keep my promises to my kids. And that's how you're going to get into imagination and communication. Who wants to talk to you? You know who wants to talk to you? People who are worse in their mindset than you. You realize there's people who see you as a leader. I need you to hear this. There's people who see you as a leader. My mentor would say to me this, and this kind of would hurt. My mentor always promised me this. He said, when we have a conversation, I promise you, at least one of us will always have fun. Sometimes both of us. The reason that you can lead people now is probably because they're worse off than you. The reality is that people who are more financially, in your eyes, stable are struggling just as well because they don't understand this philosophy. They don't understand this idea of freedom. My mentor would say to me this, listen, you know what? You're good. You're good. Here's the thing. The man with one eye is king in the land of the blind. Are you running around with only one eye open on your dreams and you're leading the blind? That's why you're stuck in having to manipulate and manage everything because they're running around blind with this as it relates to their money story. You know, if you've ever said this would be so good for them, you know why they couldn't do it? It's their money story. Well, they just, they're waiting on their income. Listen, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, that's a crappy money story. I'm sorry. It's Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday. Go get a taco and feel better. This is the reality. Listen, 2023 is coming. There's going to be some financial challenges, I believe, based upon some of the people who are much smarter than me that I get to hang out with. There's some financial challenges that are on the horizon that could be significant. Things that are going to happen in China with supply chains and us counting so much on everything coming from China. There could be some things. Listen, I'm just saying, prepare. Well, so what do? You go, well, now I need 2 jobs. Well, I already have 2 jobs, and and both of them underpay me. Drop a U in the chat if you're underpaid where you currently are. Drop a U in the chat if you're currently underpaid. You feel you are underpaid for the value you bring. Listen, and you're just happy to have a job. That's your money story. The pandemic changed your money story. Drop a P in the chat if the pandemic changed your money story. So now all of a sudden, it's time for you to wake up, and you've got nobody leading you, telling you a version of a better side of you that you've heard before. You've heard all this before. You know you're worth more. You know you're capable of more. You know you can. Listen, if somebody automatically, I don't know how it happened, but if you made an extra $500, $1,000 a month, would you turn it down? If you knew how to part-time yourself into $500 or $1,000 a month, would you want to do it? What if you had a guarantee of 10,000% return on your investment? You put in 1,000, got back 10,000. Put in 1,000, got back 10,000. How many $1,000 would you put in? See, that's the kind of guarantee I give you, because this isn't about your technique. This isn't about your capability. You're more than capable. You know you're more than capable of doing the right activities to create $1,000 income. Yes or yes? Hell yes. And that's on a monthly basis. What if it was weekly? See, the reason that you're in this profession, your DIY method of learning scripts and strategies and algorithms isn't working is because you're not learning the fundamental necessity of human nature. If I say up, what did you just say? If I said in, what did you just say? If I said white, what did you just say? If I said hot, what did you see? You're not fully aware that the mind operates in a binary method. It doesn't operate in this 3-dimensional, your dream world. It goes back always to its default method. You want to know why leaders who make money changed their money story? Nobody was born a billionaire. Nobody was born a billionaire. They were born with a billionaire opportunity. Nobody was born a millionaire. They were not born a millionaire. There may have been money in a trust for them. It's no good until they spend it. How many of you are spending your millionaire mindset? How many of you are spending your millionaire capability and capacity, your 100,000aire capability and capacity? See, you're spending your current income capacity. And you're standing in front of the fire going, give me more heat. And the fire's going, give me some wood. Light me on fire, baby. And you're like, I'm not going to give you any wood till you give me some heat. And you're stuck in this paradigm of I'm not good enough. I can't do it. I need to buy another course. I need to buy another. And you've been buying courses and you've been buying books. You can't even tell me what chapter 4 is in the last book you read. That's kind of crazy. You invested in that book and you have millionaires who are leading you. You have millionaires who are leading you in all of these great books. Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. Wallace D. Wattles' Science of Getting Rich. Oh yeah, but those are old books. Those aren't of this time. Geez, I don't know. There's a book out there called the Bible that seems to be pretty popular right now. And kind of has some of the same language right now. See, the challenge is you're not operating with an understanding of the human capability and capacity, the human brain. When you understand how the human brain operates and how it's programmed and how you can absolutely advance somebody through simple conversation, not manipulation, right? That's called neuro-linguistic programming. You got to promise to use this stuff for good. But somebody comes to you and you ask them a simple question that throws them down below the line of their average life. Do you make enough money? Oh, shit, it's one of those things. What do they say? That's their defense mechanism. They don't even know what one of those things is. They've never been in one of those things. Yet you trigger that it's one of those things because that's their defense mechanism. You have triggered the amygdala. And the fact is that as soon as you hear, oh, it's one of those things, their anterior cingulate cortex inside their brain, which is a radio receiver and radio transmission, activates the anterior cingulate cortex in your brain. And then all of a sudden, the two of you are bitching about life because you want to be friends. And so the only way you can be friends is to complain about shit. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Their problem runs down their leg, across the floor, up yours. And all of a sudden, by the time you're done, you leave them going, this would be so good for them. I don't know why they don't get it. Because you're not understanding the human mind. You're not understanding how language works. You're not understanding the self-talk they showed up with. You're not understanding the mental toughness they showed up with. Hell, you don't even understand your self-talk. Possibly, maybe, I don't know, maybe you're keen on your self-talk and you like to beat yourself up. You like to say, I'm not good enough. You like to say, I should deserve more. And why don't I get more? You like to say, well, I don't know why my spouse doesn't understand me. You like to say, I don't know why my spouse doesn't help me. Because your spouse is a 2-year-old. In this world, they're operating off of what they learned to survive when they were 2 years old, 3 years old. Tell me I'm wrong. Drop a 3 in the chat if your significant other sometimes acts like a 3-year-old. Just saying. Guys, pray to God that your significant other doesn't see that you just dropped a 3 in the chat. See, nobody's even willing to drop it. There you go. Now, drop a 4 in the chat. White, drop a 4 in the chat if you've ever acted like a 4-year-old. You weren't wildly sophisticated above them, but you were enough to put them down. See, no wonder you're getting pissed off in this whole world, because you're operating like 3- and 4-year-olds. Let's grow up. Let's grow up and learn how to use this God-given talent, this incredible talent bestowed upon you to have a $10,000 a month income. Here's the challenge. Some of you are mentally wired that if you got to 10,000, I love all of the 4s and the 3s. If you got to a $10,000 a month income, you'd need 12. Nothing wrong with that. But funny how we kind of fill the gap. Here's what I want for you. I want you to be able to, and listen, you need to, I'm going to encourage you. I'm not going to say you need to. I'm going to encourage you. We talk about repetition is the mother of all success. The father of all success. When the mother of all success, repetition, 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 right? Practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes progress. Perfect practice makes perfect. The challenge is we're not perfectly practicing because we're learning to understand. So if repetition, 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 repetition is the mother of all success. You want to know what the father is? When the mother and the father get together, woohoo, they got some great babies. It's gratitude. You want to change your money story. Be grateful for where you're at. I, along with others, some wildly amazing, positively strong, gratitude-filled souls. The 3rd week of December, I'm doing a week-long, a 7-day series on how to mastermind with gratitude. It doesn't mean you got to mastermind with anybody else. It's just, how do you mastermind with gratitude? And that's going to be a week-long, no-fee seminar. It would normally be about $4.99, but it will be daily. It will be an evening. And for those of you that want the VIP, the recordings will be available for a lifetime. This will be a gratitude mastermind unlike anything you've ever been a part of, including special guests and people from my Rolodex speaking about it. So all that to be said here. It's 7 o'clock. I just finished Under the Wire. What's your money story? You want to change your money story? You want to see how wildly unclear you are about your money story? Those of you on Instagram, go to the link in the bio and get signed up for the 12-week. The first week, the no-fee first week of the 12-week mastermind with me. Go see if you can make it through the first week. If you struggle on day 1, you really need the program. If you're confused on day 2, you really, really need the program. And this is week 1 of a 12-week online mastermind training. I've had people who have gone back to the first week 3, 4, 5 times already, and they finished the program. And every time they go back, that first week is absolutely so powerful. And why would I give it to you? Why would I allow you to have access to it? Go to the link in my bio, see the 12 weeks, go get the 12-week free. Build a Better Me Now. Build a Better Me Now. That's the website you can go to, buildabettermenow.com. And go see how good your money story is. And if you're serious about 2023 being your best year ever, then you and I need to work together. It's guaranteed. There's a 10,000% guarantee. If you pay $2,000 for it, you'll make $20,000 from this training in 2023. Guaranteed. If not, I'll give you your money back. I don't need your money. I just need you successful. I don't need your money, but I will charge you for it because this is good stuff. And then what happens is, because when you take that program, it automatically gets you access to a ticket to come to a live event at the ranch here, my ranch, live and in person, 3 days. You got to pay your fee. You got to pay your ticket to get here, your lodging and all that stuff. It's not another $4,000 to come to the ranch. Just saying, kind of a cool deal. All right, everybody. I love you, Instagram. I appreciate you. Thank you for being such amazing souls. Thank you for showing up here all the time. And Ashley Bradley, how are you? Hey, girl. I get to see you in just a couple of weeks. Actually, yeah, a week in 7 days from now. So 14 days, 13 days out. I love you tons. I appreciate you. And y'all have an amazing money mindset. Change your money story. Will change your money income. I promise you. I love you tons. I'm your head money training misfit. I'll see you all where? I'll see you at the next event. Till then, bye for now. And YouTube, you are amazing souls. I appreciate you. Thank you for all the views. The green arrows that I keep getting on my program are up and up and up and up. And it's because of amazing souls like you that share it, that leave comments. I appreciate you. Have an incredible YouTube mindset kind of day. I'm your head brain training misfit, Sean Murphy. I'll see y'all where? I'll see you at the next event. Till then, bye for now.